Let's post our ideas at the same time. It's 17 minutes past the hour. Then there's no cheating.
Ah, that's now. Jump rope.
Marine magic. Oh, no. Wow.
Oh, gosh.
How? Hey, guys. Welcome to Drawing with Waffles. Today, I'm with Kasey.
That's me.
And we're doing a little drawing prompt sketch thing. If you've ever been to her channel, she's doing, what, 500 prompts? Is that? And basically what she does is she has to draw whatever it says to draw, and there's no cheating. So
nope, no cheating.
So our prompts that we each came up with a prompt, and then we're mixing them together. What did you say?
Jump rope.
And then my idea was marine magic, and we did them at the exact same time so that we couldn't cheat. And I had no idea what I was going to do with this, but here I am just trying to get my ideas onto paper. This little one here, I pictured a truck full of jump ropes crashed into the ocean, and then a bunch of mermaids found it and were trying to figure out what to do with jump ropes.
That's horrible.
So that's why
Did he
one's
die?
wearing it as a scarf and one's like holding it up like, what the heck do you do with the jump rope? Because you can't jump rope underwater. That was my idea. But then I came up with this idea. Oh, sorry, do you want to say something?
Did the driver die? That's all I can think about.
Who knows?
Oh, no.
It's not important. Maybe he ejected from his seat,
okay.
James Bond style, before it hit,
good.
before the collision. Anyway, then I came up with this idea where, what if you jump roped with water? Which, if you've seen Kasey's video, I won't spoil it, but you should go check it out on her channel. I'll have a link in the description where she also drew with these prompts. And I'm just talking a lot, and I'm going to let her say something about her channel. Go for it.
I do watercolor, and then I did digital, and it was hard. But I tried to do stuff. Uh-oh. Am I supposed to sell my channel right now? I was not prepared for this.
I threw you under the truck that landed into the ocean, that if you could say.
You did. I was swimming in the water when the truck landed
I don't know.
on me.
I always get super nervous whenever I talk with someone else.
That's okay.
Anyway, I just keep drawing over and over again, trying to figure out my idea and trying to figure out a good angle to draw it from that might either be easier. But yeah, that's just my brain thoughts spewed onto the paper, basically. And I thought I would include it because I think it turned out pretty cool, and to see how I'm thinking could be really fun. Anyway, this here on the water. So I'm trying to come up with a better
I feel like
idea.
I'm watching a Waffles video live.
You're supposed to talk. I don't know what to say.
A live viewing of a Waffles video.
Basically.
No, you said my idea was very close to yours, or that we did the same thing, but I think yours is very different. There's only so much you can do with a jump rope and water, but yeah, I think they were pretty different.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so this actually is going to be considered a style swap because we both drew in each other's styles. She went and drew digitally, which she usually draws in watercolor, and I drew in watercolor. And I also tried to draw in her style. Here, right now, I was just worried about the idea, so I was just drawing it in my own style. But then later, once I get out the actual piece of paper, then I'm going to butcher with the watercolors.
No. I'm sure it's not bad.
I tried to draw it in her style, which I really did struggle with. But yeah, here I'm just trying to come up with the idea of the water, how the water would look. So I'm looking up references of cartoon water, which we discussed in your video as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And then here I just went on with a marker because I was having actually a lot of fun with this. And I shouldn't have, because I realized how much easier it is to draw water with markers than with watercolor. I don't know.
Really?
I think I
That's
just have a little
interesting.
more... I don't know, because I do use watercolor a lot, which is weird. So you'd think I'd be better at it, but I always end up cutting out and doing the simple thing when it comes to watercolor. Whereas with markers, since they dry, as soon as you use them, I feel like I can, I don't know, spend more time on it and try harder. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just so funny because it's watercolor and you had an easier time with the markers. It's water. Oh, that's really funny.
Oh, well, I think another part is when I'm doing these are just sketches, so I'm not worried about them being perfect. So I can just throw some color on there and I'm like, hey, that looks a little better. That looks a little better. I'm not oh, but it doesn't look the way I want it to. So I think that's it's a mindset thing. But yeah, here I got out some nice watercolor paper. I got some legit stuff.
Wow.
Canson XL watercolor paper. I mean, it's not whatever. It's cool, And now I'm sketching out in her style, which you can't see yet because it's in yellow, one of the most useless color erase pencils in the box. But I'm giving it some love.
Yellow.
Okay, and then here we're going to use some ink. And I'm adding in the line art. Oh, you see your nose?
I see my nose.
The part I feel like I messed up the most was the chin, because you're usually a very, like, you have corners to your art style.
Right.
And, like, it just rounded right at the last second. And I was like, no! I can't escape it.
Sometimes I can do round stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You do some round faces. Sometimes you do, like, but you're very stylized. And, like, that chin is just mushy. So, can't remember what I want to say. Oh, I'm just adding in the jump rope that's made out of water. And I really couldn't decide how much of the water I wanted to be see-through. Because part of me wanted it to be very simple, so that you couldn't see through it. That way it would make it a little easier on my part, but... Like,
cheater, pumpkin eater. Taking the easy way out, huh?
It's not the easy way out. It's called simplicity. And then once the line art was done, it was time for the watercolors! Woo! And Kasey over here knows a lot about watercolors.
Well, a little.
A lot more than I do.
Maybe.
And it actually went really well at the beginning. I was like, yeah, I can do this. It's kind of looking like cartoon water. And cartoon references were really helpful for this. But I feel like I ended up overplaying with it, if that makes sense. Like overworking it, that's the word. Feel free to talk.
You gotta keep it simple.
I do like the way it looks right now. Like, I think it looks pretty fine, but I think I play with it some more, so...
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think I've actually drawn water with watercolor yet, which sounds really bad, but so I can't say if it looks like my water or not, so...
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, I think, does it to you look like she's jump roping with it?
It does. I think you did a good job with that.
Well, ta-da! Cut the tape.
Uh-oh.
We're done.
What?
I did it. Hey, we both did darker skin tones,
wow.
I just realized. That's funny.
funny.
I was going for a very, like, someone who lives by the beach.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I just, like a nice sun-kissed skin. I don't know if that's the thing. That's what I went for. And I thought it would be really, really fun and contrast well with, like, because I wanted the background to be yellow, like the sun was setting or something. Yeah. I think it worked really well because you use a lot of earthy tones.
I do. It was so hard not to do earthy tones when I did your style.
Did I just see my face? Did my face just go in that? Well, it won't by the final. And yeah, so I had to use a lot of earthy tones, which is different because I don't actually use earthy tones very often.
Right.
I use a lot of saturated colors, and so that was a bit of a struggle for me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that was the reason I chose to color her hair that color and the bikini that color as well. And if you'll notice, I made the bikinis perfect little triangles. That was to try and follow with your style. So
yeah, I've definitely drawn a bikini with triangles. Yep, you got me there.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I didn't do a mermaid because I don't know. I love drawing mermaids, but I wanted to draw something different. And the point in doing a style swap is that, you're trying something out of your comfort zone and trying to draw something different. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't.
I have drawn quite a few mermaids, though, so you would have had some good references on that one. Yeah.
Oh, and then here, because you have to wait for the top, I had to wait for the first layer of the hair to dry, and then I can add the second layer, like the shading to it, and that I just don't have the patience.
Are the thick...
What was that?
Oh, sorry. Well, are the thick eyebrows intentional? Because I feel like I do a lot of thicker eyebrows. Or did you just...
I did them as shapes. Because, like, in my style, I usually just draw them with whatever whatever I use to line art the picture.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're, like, actual shapes that I can fill with color was definitely intentional. So
that's why I do thick eyebrows.
And then I grabbed this acrylic white marker that I just had around to add more shine to the water and make it look a little bit more watery, I guess. I don't know. I think it looks a little better with it, but again, I think it looked much better at the very beginning when it was super simple. I just
simple.
Overworked it, and I think that really pulled me away from your style. But yeah.
Aww.
So what in it do you see that is your style?
It's the face, just like when I did yours. Like the face really represents my style, the nose and like the simple shapes and stuff. So that definitely, it's funny how the face is always like the main point for people's style, I think.
Yeah, I think that goes with almost any, like I probably, if you did like a challenge where you just had to pinpoint people's art styles just looking at like a foot or a hand, it'd be much harder than if you're showing the faces, which could be fun.
Yeah.
We should do that. We should each like go and screenshot a bunch of our favorite styles, but only grab like a foot or a hand, and then you have to guess, and then I'll have to guess yours. That'd be so fun. Anyway, that's time for another video. Yeah, I'm just finishing up. What do you think I did? What part of it do you think is the least like your style?
Probably the water, I guess. Because like I said, I've never drawn water, I don't think, with watercolor yet, in that like moving water like that, but
I did polka dots too. Sorry.
Yeah, polka dots. But yeah, like you said, I think it was just a little bit overworked, a little too much detail.
I think it shows that I'm a noob. Oh yeah, so there are my original sketches, and then here is the finished illustration. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Kasey, for coming along with the audio and letting me draw in your style and doing this collaboration with me.
No probs. It'll be $5 though.
Oh, okay. We'll work that out later. Maybe I can get you down to $250.
We'll see.
Anyway, you should all go check out her channel. She does amazing watercolor illustrations.
Oh, you.
And they're so beautiful and earthy. And she's doing that 500 prompt challenge. And it's just, they're really fun videos to watch. So I highly suggest them. Any final words?
Eat pancakes, not waffles.
Oh.
Oh, I said the wrong thing.
No, say the other thing. The other thing we practiced.
Have a delicious evening full of waffles?
We didn't practice that.
Wait, what? Here's my waffle impression. Boy. Boy.
Boy. That actually does sound like me. That's creepy. Bye.
Bye.